Imagine a world where wars aren't fought with soldiers and tanks, but with lines of code. A world where a single computer virus could cripple an entire nation's infrastructure, silently and invisibly. This isn't a science fiction movie. This is the story of Stuxnet, a digital weapon so sophisticated it changed the face of modern warfare forever. Back in 2010, cybersecurity experts stumbled upon something they'd never seen before. A piece of malware that was spreading across the globe, but it wasn't stealing credit card numbers or personal data. It was hunting for something very specific, something hidden deep within industrial control systems. This virus was a digital ghost, designed to remain undetected while searching for a single high-value target. What was this target? The Natanz uranium enrichment facility in Iran. This wasn't some random act of hacking. It was a precision-guided digital missile. Stuxnet was designed with one goal in mind: to sabotage Iran's nuclear program. And it did so in a way that was both brilliant and terrifying. Here's the genius of it. Stuxnet didn't just crash the systems. It infiltrated the network that controlled the centrifuges, the high-speed spinning machines used to enrich uranium. Once inside, it played a deadly game of deception. To the control room operators, everything looked perfectly normal. All the gauges and monitors showed that the centrifuges were running smoothly. But behind this digital curtain, Stuxnet was secretly manipulating their speeds, forcing them to spin too fast, then too slow, causing catastrophic mechanical failures. It was like making an engine tear itself apart from the inside, all while the driver thinks everything is fine. Over 1,000 centrifuges were destroyed, setting back the nuclear program by years, all without a single shot being fired. So who could create such a complex weapon? The level of sophistication, resources, and intelligence required pointed to a state-sponsored attack. While there has never been an official admission, it is widely believed that Stuxnet was a joint project between the United States and Israel. It was a landmark moment, the first publicly known instance of a cyber weapon being used to cause physical damage in the real world. This wasn't just hacking. This was sabotage on a national scale. The discovery of Stuxnet sent shockwaves through the global community. It revealed a terrifying new reality. Our critical infrastructure, power grids, water treatment plants, transportation systems was vulnerable. These systems, once thought to be safely isolated, were now potential targets in a new kind of war. Stuxnet was what's known as a zero-day exploit, meaning it targeted security flaws that even the software makers didn't know existed. It was like having a master key that could unlock any door, and no one knew the key even existed until it was used. The aftermath of Stuxnet is often called the post-Stuxnet era. The genie was out of the bottle. The code for Stuxnet eventually leaked and was analyzed by hackers and security researchers worldwide. This meant the blueprint for a highly sophisticated cyberweapon was now in the public domain. Other nations began to develop their own cyber warfare capabilities, realizing that digital attacks could be just as effective and far more deniable than traditional military action. We've seen echoes of Stuxnet and subsequent attacks on industrial systems around the world, from the energy sector in Ukraine to manufacturing plants in Saudi Arabia. Now, let us address the title, the computer virus that caused World War III. While Stuxnet didn't trigger a global military conflict in the traditional sense. It absolutely fired the starting gun for a new kind of world war, a war fought in cyberspace. It blurred the lines between espionage and an act of war. If one country can physically damage another country's infrastructure using code, is that not an attack? This question is still being debated in the halls of power today. Stuxnet created a new battlefield where electrons and bits have replaced bullets and bombs. It established the doctrine of offensive cyber operations, proving that a digital attack could achieve strategic military objectives. The conflict it started is a quiet, ongoing one, fought by anonymous programmers in secret government facilities. It's a war of escalation where each new attack raises the stakes and demonstrates new, more dangerous capabilities. The legacy of Stuxnet is that we now live in a world of digital deterrence, much like the nuclear deterrence of the Cold War. Nations are building up their cyber arsenals not just for offense, but for defense, knowing that their own critical systems are just as vulnerable. It forces us to rethink what security means in the 21st century. It's no longer just about protecting our borders. It's about protecting our networks. The story of Stuxnet is a powerful reminder that the digital and physical worlds are now inextricably linked. A few lines of code can have devastating real-world consequences, changing the course of geopolitics without a single soldier ever crossing a border. It was the first shot in a war that continues to this day, a war fought in the shadows of the internet. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into the world of cyber warfare. If you found this fascinating, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more stories from the digital frontier, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss our next video. Stay safe and stay curious.